Have you ever had a long-term craving for a certain kind of meal? Like, let's say pasta, for instance. All you want is some chicken carbonara, or fettuccine alfredo, or spaghetti and meat sauce, or maybe even pesto on angel hair. But as long as it's pasta, you want it. That's all you want. You want it for dinner, you want it for lunch, maybe not breakfast, because I don't know if there's a pasta breakfast. You'll eat other things like hamburgers or salads occasionally, but really, you just want some more pasta. You don't know why, you don't know what caused it, but you just want some more pasta. That's the phase that you're in. How's it going, guys? My name is ingeniousclown, and that metaphor may seem a little bit off the wall, but we're gonna compare it to phases in gaming. So just like there are phases in your appetite and things that you like or dislike, there's also phases in gaming, at least for me. I don't mean to speak for everybody when I'm talking about this thing right now. But I especially go through what I call my phases of gaming. Like a few years ago it was MOBAs, and even before that I was just like nothing but MMORPGs. Most recently I was into all of these 2D sandbox games like Terraria, Dig or Die, Crea, Planet Centauri. I had a big kick on those, and I even had a pretty large focus on first-person shooter titles, mainly Overwatch, and then that kind of moved over to Paladins and Battleborn and Doom. And, well, I think I'm falling out of those phases again, and now what I'm craving is some RPGs. And I think what kicked that off was when I started playing the Technomancer. The Technomancer is not a good game. It's not a bad game, but it's cemented itself right in that spot of terrible mediocrity that it can't get itself out of. Like, it has neat ideas, but the execution is all over the place and kind of shitty. But we're not here to talk about the Technomancer and its shortcomings. We're here to talk about game phases and the phases that you go through. Like I said, I went through the shooter phase, and I played lots of Overwatch. And like when Overwatch went down between closed beta and open beta, that's when I tried Paladins, and that's when I tried Battleborn. And I enjoyed those to an extent, even though what I really wanted to play was more Overwatch, but it brought me back in time. Like, when I was so obsessed with Overwatch, it brought me back in time to when I was obsessed with Half-Life 2 and Half-Life 2 Deathmatch and all the mods that came with it, like a sci-fi game called Dystopia, where you could hack computers and fight each other in cyberspace while also fighting each other in normal space. And Art of Ascension, where there was some crazy RPG elements in the multiplayer game, but it was still a shooter first and foremost. You were rewarded with your skill as well as being rewarded with your time. And it got me to thinking that these phases, I don't know if they're exactly cyclical, because I haven't really tracked them, but I know that I constantly go through them. I go in and out of phases. Like, right now, I'm trying to play a little bit of Final Fantasy XIV because my friend has been playing it for the past few months, and he's been really enjoying it. So I decided to get back into it. I renewed my subscription for a month, and I really can't get into it. Had this been a few years ago, like, let's say that A Realm Reborn was out a few years ago, but had this been a few years ago, back when I was on my big MMORPG kick, maybe I would be into it. Maybe I would not mind running all over the place. Maybe I would just intuitively understand it because MMOs are my thing right now. But right as it is at the very moment, like, I'm playing it and I'm just kind of trudging along, doing the things, not really enjoying it, just doing the things for the sake of doing the things. And, that's not a great feeling when it comes to gaming. You know what I mean? And like I said, maybe if I was in the MMORPG mindset, doing the things wouldn't have been just doing the things for the sake of doing the things. I would have been doing the things because I was genuinely excited about getting that next quest completed, reaching that next level, or getting that next piece of gear, that next upgrade. And I've been in that before, especially when I was playing a lot of World of Warcraft and Warhammer Age of Reckoning. I was really into that. And even Final Fantasy XIV's very first phase, I didn't play that for very long, but I enjoyed it immensely more than I do now. Not because it was a better game, just because I was in that mindset. And the same thing goes for recently when I was in the 2D sandbox deal, when I played the shit out of Dig or Die, I played the shit out of Kreia, and I even picked up Terraria and played it way more than I even intended to when I got the footage for that one video. I was just having too much fun. But I think I'm falling out of that now, and like I said, I think I'm wanting to get into a big RPG because of the Technomancer. And of course, those of you who follow my Let's Play channel, I started a Let's Play of Technomancer and then stopped it after like 10 episodes because, one, because people weren't watching it, people weren't enjoying it. I was enjoying the experience, but I think that's not because the Technomancer's a good game, which, I mean, we know it's not a good game, but I was enjoying the experience because I think what my gamer mind is craving right now is a nice big RPG. And of course, now I have to go around and find an RPG that's worth playing. Like, maybe I could go play The Witcher, but for some reason I don't want to play The Witcher. Like, somebody suggested to me that I should play Final Fantasy on my channel, and now I'm genuinely excited about going to pick that up whenever it comes out and getting copyright striked into oblivion by Sony, because that's what they do. But yeah, I think these phases end up switching for me when I go in between games. Like, I wouldn't say that I'm exactly burned out on Overwatch. I think what I can say is that I'm satisfied on Overwatch and on shooters in general. I've been satiated. I've completed my meal, so to speak, and now I'm searching for a different type of meal, some variety in my life, you know? Get something more than shooters. Like, sure, maybe I'll still eat a shooter every now and then, maybe I'll still eat a 2D sandbox now and then, but what I really want is a nice big helping of 50-hour story-based RPG. Maybe not 50 hours. I don't know why they always have to be 50 hours. That's a huge time commitment. But yeah, that's just some ramblings about what I've had on my mind lately, especially right now as I'm, like I said, in between games. Hopefully I can find, hopefully No Man's Sky will fill that gap for me, and maybe another Metroid 2 remake. That just came out, and I'm so excited to actually dive into that. You have no idea. I love the Metroid franchise so much. But I think Metroid games are always something that I'll be able to eat no matter what I'm in the mood for at the time, just because it's such a good meal all the time. It's always a good meal. It's always a good meal. I think this analogy's gone too far. Anyway, I'd love to hear what you guys think about the subject. If you've been able to identify any gaming phases that you may or may not have been through yourself, I'd love to hear about them. Or maybe you're stuck on Overwatch and you plan on being stuck on Overwatch for years and you've been on Team Fortress 2 for the whole time before. But hey, some people like to stick with their one type of meal too, and there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, like I said, let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear it. And if you liked the video, please do hit that like button on your way out. It definitely helps me out. And if you want to see more stuff like this from me in the future, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And I will see you next time.